How's it going, everybody? This is Novakast back with another video talking about some more Death Note. Really excited to talk about some more of this particular show. We're going to be talking about episodes 33 and 34. And as always, if you guys have not seen the show, please go check it out before this video because there will be spoilers. With that out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started. Okay, so as our story progresses, Nier is becoming more and more suspicious of Light. We have also Kiyomi, who is now working under Light to some degree, especially since now she knows that he is Kira. And I'm gonna say, like, it's really cool, especially with Nier, who is, I guess, to an extent, the successor to L. Like how he analyzes everything when it comes down to figuring out who's who and who's what. Like at this point, as well as using like little toys, because I noticed that at least for L's gimmick, his was like sweets, and with Nier, it's toys. Like, it seems like every single one of these, like, smart detective characters that we've seen so far in the show has some form of gimmick. And I kind of find it really cool, especially with him using particular toys to visualize, you know, certain aspects of the investigation. And again, it's really, really freaking cool. He's even classifying, and like, at this point, classifying L as, or Light as El Kira, and Mikami as X Kira. And we actually have a really cool moment too, especially when it comes down to I guess a confrontation between Misa and Kiyomi, which makes Nier realize that when it comes down to both, both are infatuated with Light, and if anything, especially when it comes to Kira, they probably do anything for them. Now I'm gonna say this too, because I kind of feel bad for Misa. I really do, because at this point, it's made clear, like so clear now that she. I mean, even though it was already made aware of it, or at least for the audience. The fact that at this point she is nothing more than something to be used by Light, it's sad, especially now that she doesn't have any memory of having the Death Note or anything involving the Death Note. So yeah, it's sad. We have a moment too where we have a cop following Mikami, who I think at this point, like near the end, Nier is suspecting Mikami to be ex Kira, and we have this really crazy moment for like the last episode or last section of the episode, where Mikami is in a train being tailed, and they basically watch as he pulled out the Death Note, wrote the dude's name, and then proceeded to walk out as the dude died. So, in some sense, yeah, I think if it wasn't clear enough about their suspicions about Mikami, I think it's now made apparent with that action. But anywho, I will say that this episode was actually really interesting. But again, I feel so sorry for Misa, because at this point she's, I guess to Light anyway, she's basically outlived her usefulness to some extent, and is nothing more than an object to Light, which again sucks. Now, going further into episode 34, things become, I guess, more and more interesting with the investigation. More and more of the investigators that are under Light begin to be more suspect to him being Kira, especially when one of them actually enacts a test to see if they're passing notes, and sure enough, when certain markers are removed, I guess from the usage of certain notepads in a hotel room where Light is meeting Kiyomi, it's made clear that there might be something going on between Light and Kiyomi, and possibly who is acting as the current Kira. With everything going on, tension, or at least more so with the investigators, tensions are starting to rise, especially with what's going on. I gotta say, there wasn't really much to talk about with this episode. I'm trying my best to talk about it, but there was not much. I mean, again, and it sucks that these are like 23 minutes long for each episode. But anyway, at one point, one of the investigators of the SPK is tasked to go to a hotel that Mikami is, I guess, working out in one of their gyms. So they task him, or Nier tasks him to go into the locker room where Mikami stored his stuff and proceed to rummage through it and collect information on the notebook that he had. Also, they find out that apparently he's been, I guess through video, talking about the Shinigami. So it's becoming more, I mean, they already know it's Mikami that's doing all the things he's been, or at least him being the current Kira, but it's only a matter of figuring out how Light is involved, as well as Kiyomi, for that matter. Or at least, I mean, I think it's made aware that they're involved, but at the same time, it's a matter of, kind of getting something on them. All in all, I'm not gonna lie, there's not a lot to talk about with these episodes, and I kind of feel bad. At least for episode 34, for that matter. But all in all, it's becoming, I guess, especially for the story for the characters, it's becoming more and more intense, especially when I think it's at this point, and we got like 3 more episodes, by the way, like more and more apparent to everybody that Light may be Kira. So all in all, this was fun, to say the least. And I think that's all I got to say. I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Novakast signing off. Have a good one, and take care. Peace.